Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. Well, at least for a while, just to make this video. I got a message from Victor. I mean, those of you who attended the last evening with AK and friends might remember Victor from the fifth person, and he asked me if I was okay, right? Because I've not uploaded a video in many weeks, right? But if you follow me in my YouTube community, this shouldn't surprise you, because in my last post in my YouTube community, I did say that I would be taking time off because I needed to recuperate, right? And but I guess this extended absence has caused some people to worry, right? I mean, it got my friends worried, so I'm sure there must be other people who are worried. Well, don't worry, I'm still around. It's just that I'm not feeling very sociable, right? So even though I'm making this video, I'm uploading this video, please forgive me if I don't respond to comments in a timely manner, right? Just to put up a video to tell everyone I'm okay. And while I'm doing this, I might as well talk a bit about some stuff that has to do with money, investments, and financial stuff, right? So I just came back from the hospital, and I've not been paying much attention to money matters, actually. Like I've said, my financial stuff, my investments are mostly on autopilot, and I have some standard operating procedures. I'm just doing, like socking money away in T-bills and fixed deposit. As and when they mature, I just put into new T-bills and new fixed deposits, even though the interest rates and the yields have been going down, right? It doesn't bother me very much. I still need safe places to park my spare cash, so that's what I'm still doing while waiting for opportunities from Mr. Market. And I think safety first, right? And it has always been one of the things that I adhere to: safety first when it comes to money, right? No one cares more about our money than we do, right? And don't ever ask barbers if we need a haircut, right? And this brings me into the next topic very nicely, and that has to do with chocolate finance. And I talked about this a few months ago when some readers asked me for my opinion, because chocolate finance was offering higher interest rates on their savings. And in that video, I didn't specifically say chocolate finance. I only said that, I know chocolate's for eating, and chocolate is not a place where I would want to store my wealth, and it might melt. Of course, it's in the news that chocolate finance stopped people from withdrawing their savings, right? Because too many people were asking for immediate withdrawal of their savings. And I said in that video so many months ago that it's simply not worth it to park money in an institution that is not covered by SDIC for an extra 1% or 1.5% in interest, right? I just I didn't find that appealing, and I still don't, right? And I think the interest rate offered has come down anyways. I won't park money in chocolate finance, right? So and then the next thing I want to talk about is Tesla, right? And it's not Tesla per se, but all investments like Tesla, right? And this is not something new. I've talked about this probably more than a year ago, why I wouldn't invest in Tesla, because I said Tesla has a personality issue, and the personality has to do with the CEO's personality, the founder's personality, Elon Musk. I said that, invest in Tesla, you're exposing yourself to personality risk. Elon Musk is very egotistical, and egoistical and very erratic. You don't know what sort of crazy things he's going to do, and he has certainly done a lot of crazy things recently. And I also don't like how he seems to be very unprincipled. Right, he talked about how he's doing these electric car things to save the earth for the environment, and then he jumped ship from the Democrats, and he joined the Republicans, and the Republicans is known for not supporting green initiatives. And Donald Trump has said before that global warming is a myth. There's no such thing as global warming. And of course, Donald Trump is another unprincipled character. Recently he turned the White House into a Tesla showroom, a Tesla dealership, to help his biggest donor, Elon Musk, to sell some Tesla cars, because Tesla car sales has plunged worldwide. Right, so now he says he loves electric cars, whereas in the past he said that no, global warming is a myth, and that he wants fossil fuel industries to continue thriving in the US. I mean, there's a lot of flip-flopping, right? Elon Musk, when he started his business so many years ago, he went with the Democrats, who gave him a lot of subsidies to help his business along. And now that he has made his money, he decided to join the Republicans, because the Republicans say they want to reduce taxes for the rich and big corporations, and they'll help his business and help his personal wealth. It's just a bunch of unprincipled people. I think it's all very crooked. It all sounds very crooked to me. But as investors, right, I said I won't invest in a company like Tesla, because I think it's grossly overvalued. It was grossly overvalued. It is still grossly overvalued. And you buy into Tesla, you buy into the promises that Elon Musk has made about what the future might bring, right? And whether he can deliver or not is something else. So good luck to all those who are still holding on. I mean, if I were invested in Tesla, for some reason I would have sold it when it hit a high after Trump won the presidential election, because it was so mind-boggling what kind of valuation it was going at, during those days, when it was like what, over $400 per share, that kind of stuff, right? So then the last thing I want to talk about is Alibaba. I know that some people followed me and bought some Alibaba when it was at 80 Hong Kong dollars a share, and I said it would be that I thought the intrinsic value, the fair value, was 160 Hong Kong dollars per share. And of course, it's gone up to about 140 Hong Kong dollars per share. Stellar performance. And I sold half of my investment in Alibaba, 120 Hong Kong dollars per share, because I saw resistance, right? And someone asked me, why did I only sell half? I say, well, I keep half in case the price goes higher. Well, the price has gone higher, but it has not quite hit $160, which is where I think the intrinsic value is. But of course, in a bullish environment, we could see the price go up higher than 160, right? Because when there's optimism, usually price will overshoot. And we might even see 200 Hong Kong dollars per share. Who knows, right? But I've already reduced my position by half, so I have a big margin of safety. I have no issue with holding the rest of my investment, right? And see where it goes. And because it has already shot past the $120 mark, which I saw was resistance, that $120 mark resistance is probably the new support, right? It's probably the new support. So if I were to buy more Alibaba now, I probably won't wait for $100 or $80. If it retraces back to $120 Hong Kong dollars per share, at 120 I might buy some, right? If I were thinking of buying more Alibaba shares, right? So I think that's all I want to say. One last thing I shouldn't forget. I didn't make a video on OCBC because I wasn't feeling up to it, right? I did make a video on DBS and UOB, but not OCBC. I just wasn't feeling up to it. Well, nothing much to say there. I mean, when I made the video about DBS, I said I expected good results from UOB and OCBC as well, and I expected them to give some special dividends to return capital to shareholders. And we saw that with UOB when I made the videos. And then, of course, with OCBC, we saw how they have declared a special dividend as well, and they'll also be doing share buyback. So quite happy. There's nothing to be upset about, right? So I expect that in my investments in DBS, OCBC, and UOB to continue doing well, at least for the next 2-3 years, because they have so much excess capital that they have to return to shareholders one way or another, and interest rates are still more likely to stay higher for longer, even though there will be probably there probably will be some interest rate cuts, a couple of interest rate cuts by end of the year, right? Interest rates will still be higher than in the years after the global financial crisis when they were close to zero, and of course my portfolio has morphed, right? In the last few years, it has morphed into becoming more concentrated in the DBS, OCBC, and UOB, and whereas during the years after the global financial crisis, during the years of almost zero interest rates, my portfolio was 80-90% in REITs, right, real estate investment trusts, and my allocation to real estate investment trusts has shrunk a lot. They probably form about now 30% or 1/3 of my portfolio. It's a big difference from when they were 80-90% of my portfolio. I still think that investing in the banks is more attractive than investing in REITs today, right? And I have made videos about this many times before, how banks only pay out 50-60% of their earnings as dividends, whereas REITs pay out 90-100% of their income as dividends. And if both of them give the same sort of yield, then why bother with the REITs? Because when you invest in the banks, they are still growing more valuable over time without us having to pump in more money, right, by way of rights issues. Whereas with REITs, it's another story, right? But of course, we do what we feel is right for ourselves. I'm not here to tell people what to do, right? So the next video will probably be about my first quarter passive income, and that will be a few weeks later maybe, right? So till then, remember, whatever financial influencers tell us, please don't take what they say as the gospel truth. We have to do our own research. Don't just because they say chocolate finance is good, we plonk in all our savings into chocolate finance or some other entity for that matter, right? Do our own due diligence, right? No one cares about our money more than we do, and don't ask barbers if we need a haircut, right? So if AK can do it, so can you. Bye bye.